This is a stalker, obsessed and wants to be by me. Very, very psychotic. Want to be as close to me as possible. Same stalking. It's the middle of the night, 12:15 to be exact. This is Satan. I had to go over in front of me and take a sip. Okay. This is stalking. That's stalking. And that's why the US government's being prosecuted. So are they. They're being prosecuted as well, but the US government's being prosecuted. It's responsible for this psychotic, obsessive stalking. And while they're doing that, coming around me, stalking me, and keeping your back to me, you are a whole weirdo stalker. The government's flying over my head at the same time. Stalking. P.O.C. This is the Ontario Town Square. The entity is now stalking with commercial planes. And that's where they were doing that before over at the library, stalking with commercial planes. Those are the companies that the military are using to engage in gang stalking in the U.S. And they're going to be federally prosecuted for admittedly engaging in terrorism, which is what is going to be regretful in court. And that's how you know that they're stalking as well, because the entity's flying over my head and they're admittedly engaging what is stalking with another plane right now. Like I said that they are. The entity is stalking by a smaller plane flying over the top of my head. And the entity is engaging what is openly, conspicuously gang stalking in commercial planes. But there are no circumstances when you want to admittedly engage in gang stalking under any circumstances. This is the failure of gang stalking. They're unintelligent. Okay? This is an entity of homosexual military personnel who are engaged in criminal activity that they have been caught for, and they're engaging in what is admitting at every angle all of the guilty parties. And it's going to include federally prosecuting companies for conspiring murder. Companies like every airline company at the Ontario International Airport, while they are admittedly gang stalking with the U.S. military that's also using smaller government planes, one of which flew over the top of my head, and not coincidentally, less than 30 seconds later, a larger, louder commercial plane that is never included in any takeoff from the airport. That's the government admittedly monitoring me now and gang stalking with the government that's using smaller planes flying over the top of my head, while a stalker is engaging in what is obsessing over me at the park at 12:17 in the morning. Those are the demons that are unintelligent, engaging in what is gang stalking. And the reason why their unintelligence is relevant, it's not just to humiliate them, but it's because I'm going to prosecute them, take all of the money, and they're going to prison. That's why being an idiot is very costly. This is P.O.C. It is now April 30th, 2026. And this is an entity that does not take a break from engaging in what is criminal monitoring. The actual purpose of everything that's going on in the United States. 24-hour surveillance everywhere, at all public and private places, if you want to put it in those terms. But everything about life in the United States is under surveillance. That's why it's 12:18 in the morning. And you have the entity that is gang stalking with commercial airline planes that are admittedly engaging in surveillance, while the government's engaging in what is stalking by flying over me, supposedly in a surreptitious manner over the top of my head. And it's not surreptitious. It's not. And I've been documenting it. And there's a reason why the entity wants the commercial airline planes to be seen. And in order to disregard or overshadow the smaller, nothing is being overshadowed. The U.S. military is maintaining all manner of aerial surveillance, and I'm going to prosecute the U.S. military for trying to kill me and for being mentally ill and sharing what is facilitating criminal monitoring, surveillance, stalking in a psychotic means, such as with what the people that say the population of demons are doing, while they maintain businesses to do it. This is the pattern of conduct. It is currently, like I stated, it's 12:20 a.m. on April 30th, 2026. This isn't traffic. They're not going anywhere. They're stalking. And that's, again, every corporate entity that's going to be prosecuted for surveillance. Wells Fargo, John Stewart Company, the Senior Citizen Complex, Metro 102, Downtown Ontario Luxury Apartments, Sarah's Regis Group, the City of Ontario itself, all of the people of the state that are residing at these venues. This is that's just an example regarding all of the entity that's engaged in what is stalking thousands of times over, stalking with light, stalking one person after another as an entity acts as one, stalking together. In commercial airline planes, the commercial airline companies are being prosecuted for what the people of the state are doing on the roads and the highways as well. They are one entity acting together, conspiring murder, doing so as a corporate entity in concert with the demons that are stalking everywhere that I'm going. This is an entity that's admittedly engaging in that, and there is no need to ask whether Delta Airline pleads innocent or guilty. They have admittedly engaged in what is gang stalking me, including while you hear loud plane activity at 12:15 in the morning. POC, it is currently 12:21 a.m.